Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. See if you can't see this stuff here. So what we're working on right now, what I'm working on anyway, Ron's wet sanding and buffing. I am going to prep the exhaust, the 74 Volkswagen Thing exhaust, to fit on a 73, okay? Now it bolts up, don't get me wrong, but you had some weird things like these, okay? These are for your, I think they're called heat tubes or whatever, but they were basically like this, okay? Now, I went ahead and took a pry bar and a screwdriver, bent them back and removed them, okay? So these are no longer going to be used. They were on both sides here, okay? Because otherwise, they're just rattling around. They're not hooked to anything here. I'm guessing this pipe heats up, which heats whatever, and it goes through, so we're not doing that. So, we got the gas heater. We're not using that. So the next thing I need to do, and you see a few things here. These are the exhaust tips. I'm going to, they have a sticker on them. I need to remove the sticker. And then I'm going to scuff these up. I'm going to remove the hardware. Okay, the clamp and the bolt. Actually, I'll do that now. And so we're going to remove that, this and this. I'm going to scuff this up. I'm going to do the same thing with the other exhaust tip. Okay. The J tubes, which look great. I really don't need to do anything to them, but I'm going to do it anyway so it matches. And the muffler here. I'm going to scuff all of this up, remove that sticker you see there, get them looking all pretty, and then I'm going to paint them. I'm going to use VHT high temp engine enamel. That's what I'm going to paint it with, okay? This stuff's up to 550 degrees. I doubt we're getting there. So I'm going to paint this gloss black because our bumpers will be gloss black. And this will be hanging down under the car there, and you'll be able to see this. And you'll definitely be able to see the tips. We don't want gray tips coming out of a shiny black bumper on a bright red car. It's just going to not look right. So everything's going to get painted except for the hardware will stay what it is, and the clamps. I'm going to leave them in their natural finish, but I'm going to go ahead and get all of that together and then hang it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got a 2x4 up here with a bunch of hooks. I'm going to hang it here and then paint it in a little bit. I'll bring you back for that. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and set the exhaust off to the side. The other thing that I have up here, most of you guys that have things will know what this is. This is that front rubber panel, rubber piece that goes along the top of the dash, okay? The wiper motor goes here. Actually, it goes like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this down with wax and grease remover, and then I'm going to spray this with the Duplicolor vinyl and fabric in gloss black, just like I did the other dash pieces, so that this is ready to go on the car here very shortly. So that's what's happening there. So I'm going to put some of this away and get to it. I'll bring you back when I start cleaning and painting the front upper panel. And then I'll bring you back once I get the stickers and everything off. You all don't want to watch all that. Once I start painting the exhaust, I'll bring you back for that, show you that. And then we're going to let that dry for most of the day. But before I go to bed tonight, I'd like to try, as long as it's dry, I want to try to install it on the frame over here. And I'll bring you along for that too, so that we can get all of that done, so that's ready to go when the body's ready to go. And really, we're only missing one part to put that body on that frame once it's ready, and that is that engine seal. I don't feel like there's a world where I can get that engine seal that goes, the rubber seal in the engine bay that goes around the engine. I don't think I can get that in with the engine in it. So I want to make sure I don't screw myself and do something stupid and then have to take it all back off and take a chance on hurting the paint. But I'll do another video here in a minute. I'll show you what Ron's doing, Big Ron. He's doing an amazing job. He's wet sanded the driver's side of the car and has started to buff it out and polish it. So it looks like glass. So I'll tell you what, I'll end this one here and then I'll go do that and I'll show you that. Thanks for watching Brown's Riding Custom. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Please like the videos. It really helps us get exposure and get kind of this content out there. So if you could do that for us, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks guys, have a great... Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Brown's Riding Custom. It's exhaust time. So, what I've done so far is I went ahead and peeled off the stickers that you guys saw earlier. The one that was on here, and these both had stickers. And then I went ahead and I used wax and grease remover and a rag to remove the sticky residue that was left over. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this with a Scotch-Brite pad, a coarse Scotch-Brite pad, just to scuff it up so the paint will stick, okay? So I'm just going to go through it, nothing crazy. You're just trying to take the edge off, put some grooves in it, get it to where it's paintable. And then we're going to mount this. We're going to paint it. And then, with any luck, we're going to put it on the car. And hopefully, within the next week, week and a half, we'll be starting the car, have the body on the frame and be starting the car and doing all that. And it's looking good. Now these, for those of you that don't know 74 Volkswagen exhausts like me, these are your exhaust tips, okay? So there's one. The same thing here. While we're doing this, Big Ron's out here wet sanding the back of the car, and he's pretty much got the back wet sanded. And then he's going to buff and polish to a point. He's not going to finish it, but what's that finishing coat you put on when you buff?
I've got rubbing compound, then polishing compound, and then flame. Wizard is probably what I'm going to use.
I'm probably going to use the Wizard. What is it? It's glaze?
Yeah.
A glaze. So he does rubbing compound, the polishing compound, and then the Wizard brand glaze, which I'll tell you, that stuff works really good. We used it on our Model A's, the flamed ones you guys see in the logo and all that. They're great. Yeah, you got to keep wax off of it for a couple months, but otherwise. See how that's turning gray? That's what we want, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing crazy, not trying to go to bare metal. Just want to get it scuffed up so it'll stick. That's the whole game. Honestly, these J-tubes look pretty good. I could have probably left them alone, but they wouldn't be the same gloss black and it might look a little funky. So in the sense of, you know, classic cars, classic car building and hot rodding, we're going to make it match. And that's what we're doing. Sometimes, I mean, like doing these flanges and stuff, they're a bit of a pain in the ass. Alright, that one's ready. tell you guys, car's looking really good. Down the driver's side looks like glass, where he's wet sanded, used compound and did all the things and polished it. Still needs glaze. It will look even better than it does now, but it looks like glass. It's fantastic. Really, really happy. Ron does a hell of a job. It's nice to know a painter, right? It's fantastic. And again, not trying to do anything crazy. Just trying to take the edge off. I hear this coating burns off after a while. It could burn off. We don't want that. I think you guys are really going to like the car when it all comes together. I think it's going to be a special car. I think someone's going to love it. And again, just so you all know, it is for sale. Well, it will be for sale, let's put it that way. And I've tried to build it, me and Ron, to a standard that we would have built it for ourselves, and we are incredibly picky. So it is really well built. Still got a long way to go. Still got to assemble this thing and do all of that, but it's looking good. I did make some purchases last night. Guy had a set of fenders, front fenders, real nice set of front fenders out of Utah. Some of you might be trying to buy them. I already did. So I'm sorry for that. But our front fenders, as you guys know, are very not great. They have a lot of holes in them. Headlight buckets are gone. The actual section of them where they mount to the body, that lip is rotted off in most places. Where the clips were, the spacing clips, washers or whatever to hold it out. Yeah, they're not great. So, with that, we have we got new fenders coming, so that should really speed that up. And we also, I found an OE on the Samba. You guys probably saw it too, but I bought that OE grab bar off the guy from Oregon. I just like them. I think they're cool. I think it's a cool option to have somewhere to actually hold on if you take this thing off road. So yeah. All right. Next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to wipe it down with wax and grease remover. Try not to get it on my palm because I hurt my palm. Don't need that problem. Get these clean. Fighting my own sweat. That's literally what's happening. It's like, what is this wet residue? It's my sweat. Alright, there's one tailpipe. Let's get two tubes. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's face it, it's an exhaust for a car, but we want it to be as good as we can. So there's that. That out of here. J-tubes. Once I get this wiped down, I'll start hanging everything from the ceiling here. I'll move this table, and then we'll shoot it. That way, we can get it drying, so that we can get it rolling here. Because I'd like to install it tonight. That's one of the things I had on my to-do list for today is paint and install the exhaust. Now mind you, I had to go do all that running this morning, get money orders. It's Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. I still don't, for some reason I forgot about it. I went to the post office and I'm like, man, like 3 other people are standing there, we're like, why are they closed? I didn't even know what day of the week it was. And lady comes in, oh, it's a holiday. I'm like, no, that makes a lot of sense. So you guys, Jeff and Gary, are getting your stuff sent to you via FedEx because they were open. So you just roll with the punches, guys. Just take what you get. All right, I'm gonna hang all this up, and I'll come back to you because none of you want to watch that, I'm sure. And we'll come back and paint. That'll be fun. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. We had to make a run to O'Reilly's to get some bungee cords, but everything's ready. I'm getting ready to spray. Let me show you what we got here. So everything's kind of hanging. One last look at it before it gets painted black. And then we got one J tube. And then here's a look at that front panel, that rubber trim piece I was telling you guys about. It turned out amazing. So we're doing good. So what I'm going to do now is shut the door so that I don't get overspray on our shiny, beautiful car out here. So bear with me, and I'll give you one last look at what Big Ron's been doing. He's having all kinds of fun. Alright guys, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to spray. I'm going to set you up so you can watch, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to put the first coat on the exhaust. right, that's the first coat. You guys want to see it? So these are the exhaust tips. This is the muffler. J-tubes. Here's the other J-tube. Turned out great. Back side of the muffler. Alright guys, I'm going to let the fans run for a while, get the overspray out of here. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. Then I'm going to come back in and put another coat on it. I'll bring you along for that ride when it happens. Thanks for watching. Okay guys and girls, welcome back to Brown's Rod & Custom. So our exhaust is sort of on. I got to finish bolting down the J-tubes. I got to put the gasket that goes here in. I'm just letting the paint dry more so I don't mess anything up. But I did get the tips on, the muffler. Back up here so you can see it. So that's the look we're going to have. Which I think is pretty sharp, honestly. I kind of like it. So we did that. The exhaust is on. You guys watch me paint it and everything else. This is what that looks like. This is for those of you that have a 73 Volkswagen thing in particular, and you're not sure on exhaust, but you want a quiet exhaust, you want OEM fit and finish, but you can't get a 73 exhaust. The 74 will work. This is a 74 stock exhaust. What I did, and you saw it earlier in the video, is wrapped around this was the heater tube deals, where you would actually hook up all your heater connections and whatnot. Let me show them to you. I got them in the box here. These guys, okay? And they basically would be, I probably got the wrong ones. Something to the effect of that, going around that pipe, right? I just removed them. If you guys see here, you got the little lip. Let's see if I can point to it when you, that right there. You just pop that off and you're done. You don't need that if you're putting a 74 exhaust on a 73 and you have a gas heater or no heater. But you can still have the rear exit, bumper exit exhaust and still look great and have all the factory things. And, you know, as long as you know, I thought about doing an empty exhaust on this, but I was told it's pretty loud. And I didn't want it to be so loud that it gave you a headache and kind of turned you away from it. So I just went stock. And honestly, Mike from Think Parts talked me into it. So anyway, let me show you what, this is what we've been battling. It's pouring. And it just comes and goes all day long. Ron's been under the tent all day, right where the 40's sitting. This has been sitting, and he's been wet sanding and buffing all day long in this shit. And, you know, welcome to Florida in June. It's summer in Florida. I thought my whole life that Florida in the summer was sunny and, you know, all the things. Yeah, it is, sort of. But it's actually the best season in Florida is the winter. That's why we have all the snowbirds and everything. So, otherwise you get this. It monsoons. So, this is probably, what, the 4th or 5th that have come through today? Yeah. Waves like this. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, that's what we got on the exhaust. I just wanted to finish off that video. Look at it from there. Looks pretty cool. Looks kind of hot rodish with the J-tubes. I like it. Went together really well. Had all the stuff. Mike, you did great. And, yeah. So anyway, guys, hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching Brown's Rod & Custom. There'll be a lot more stuff tomorrow. And we'll just keep on putting this thing together.